Hey guys, Dave here. This is the Vegapunk that was on stream round one. The score on the day doesn't matter, but these are the Don I used. Shout out to anyone who signed the Don for me. Obviously, this is going to be a Vegapunk deck profile. A bit hard to see the glare, but yeah, it's Vegapunk. 2 life, tap 1 to play a 5 cost alert egghead or place it into life. Can play the stage, characters can't play events, and the leader cannot attack. Has a decent matchup into the meta at the moment. I think Emu's obviously the best matchup. Zoro in the middle and Ace is the worst, as you probably saw on stream. Just start going into the cards. 4 of the Lilith 1-drop, Searcher. Let's get that glare out of the way here. 4 of the Lilith 1-drop from OP13. Helps you go in second. You get to play 2 things on turn 1. Really good into Zoro. You can swing it in and it will kill all the Hioris or anything like that. Also kills Kawina. A bit annoying because it doesn't hit the best card in your deck, which is a 7k Shaka we'll get to later. 4 of the 3-drop Lilith. This card's staple. Again, helps you go in second. You get to go 3-drop into 1-drop, which is a 5-drop in this deck. So that's really good. 5k searches the entirety of the deck. So let's grab anything. 4 cost cards are just 2ks. 4 Edison to Frankie. Some people prefer 4 Frankie to Edison. I like Edison more because you can play him off the 5 cost Vegapunk we'll get to in a moment. Also always plays out of life and plays out if you have 1 or less, but it does cycle. Bit 50-50. But the Edison draw 2 trash 2 comes up occasionally. Again, mainly just 2ks, but 5k body is obviously good into Emu. Probably the best card in the deck, or maybe the one we'll show in a minute, the Vegapunk from EB02. Really gave this deck a big boost. Blocker, 0 power, 5 cost, but you play it for 1 normally. Top 5 search for any scientist cards, which is like 70% of your deck. And then if your opponent has 2 or less characters, you discard 1, which is a small downside, but sometimes you trash another one, put it into your drop, and then you have the event in life to replay stuff out. Really helps you, just makes your deck so annoying. And then Shaka. Only reason I think you can beat Emu consistently and Ace is go in turn 1, drop this, and swing in 7 every turn. Because I think I made a mistake on stream. I think I should have took first from the Ace, but I didn't want to risk it on stream. But you swing 7, and obviously the Ace plays on curve, you can never kill it, and the Emu just can never swing into it until they get 5 Marcus Mars. And obviously if you've got second against Emu, they're playing that on fucking their 7 Don turn, and you've already put them down to 2 life, so you probably just win. The classic Blocker Shaka, make sure you don't die. Obviously, a bit techy in this format because of Gold Roger, you have to sort of play around that. But I mean, the card's crazy. You play off the Vegapunk blocker, your opponent just wants to literally leave the game. They're like, well, I've had enough. I've got to deal with 2 blockers and obviously 6k power. So if you have stage, we'll get to in a minute, you can swing, it restands, and your opponent's just sitting there going, I can just never out it. 3 of this Atlas, really good in the Zoro matchup, you kind of need it. Could have played 4, but I had to tech in 2 of a card we'll show later, because I was scared in the Ace matchup of Jozu. And this was one of the things we cut. I think 3 is fine. You have a lot of searchability in this deck. You mainly just want it into Zoro, and obviously any matchup that likes to go for board by swinging. So Kobe's another one that's really great into Kobe. Obviously no one's playing Kobe at the moment, but when they were, absolute unreal card. Oh, teasing you there. 3 Pythagoras, again, good into Emu. On KO, play a 4 cost alert, egghead rested from trash. Really strong. Your opponent's sitting there going, well, I don't want to kill it because I'm going to give him a top 5 search for Lilith, or I'm going to give him a draw 2 trash with Edison, and he's going to put a 5k on board, even if you play the 1-drop Lilith. You had a trigger, you had the event, and then all of a sudden they can't kill you, stuff like that. Zoro never wants to swing into him because obviously they can't swing into whatever you play off him. Really good card. 2 Atlas 2ks, again, I want to play 8 2ks, this is the last 2. I got a nice third anti-stamp here, but it's a scientist, it's a 6k. If you hit it off the Vegapunk, you're not happy, but you're fine. Just increase your consistency a little bit. Pretty solid. Something we've dropped down from 4 to 3 from other formats is this Nami. Still want into Zoro, still want into Ace, but you don't want it into Emu. And playing 4 seems a bit risky. Even into Ace, it's a bit meh, but into Zoro, it's one of the best cards, and any off-meta stuff, Red Green Luffy, etc. Just being able to pop the Sanji of the Zoro, really good. Obviously helped me get my win against Red Green Luffy, which you guys might hear about in the vlog coming up soon. 2 of the Luffy, used to play 4. But with Emu in the meta, you can't really play 4 of this card because it's a 6k that does basically nothing. Obviously, the benefits of this is you can play it down against the ace, and when they have the 1-drop going into the Jozu turn, you can swing it, pop it, kill the 1-drop. If they're obviously going second, they can't Jozu you on 6, they have to wait. Or Jozu the marker that's on board, and if they Jozu the marker, well, you're happy with that, they just put the forecast play back in the hand. But yeah, strong card, just not in this format, unfortunately, with Emu. A card I sort of borrowed from JP Bonnie lists is this Sorrow. I've considered it before, but it's a bit meh. But in this format, it's quite good because it means you can never dice Gold Roger. You'll see on the stream game. I should have probably went for game with the non-cost Bonnie we'll talk about in a minute. But I managed to arrest 2 white bear blockers with this, which gave me a chance to attack. I think the guy still would have got out the Bonnie swing, but it obviously insulates you against Gold Roger. You put it in life, they play Gold Roger. They're like, well, I can't even swing at him now because they're sitting there going, well, one of my 12 or 13s is going to get arrested. The 6 from leader's not going to go through. Even if you've got Jozu, 7's not going to go through. You've got enough life. And you sort of get to stall out then and keep yourself alive. The deck's finisher from 13, Bonnie. Really good card. I used to play 9-cost Yamato. A lot of people used to play 8-cost Kid. Sometimes you play, Katakuri or whatever. But having a dedicated boss card, you can actually search, because that was always a nightmare in Yam. Couldn't search it. Dedicated boss card, you can search. It has rush. It deals 1 damage. I mean, always wins you the game in time. Like, you go down to time, you've got last turn. It's a 2-life swing. Even if your opponent's on 4 and you're on 1, play this, your opponent goes to 3, and then you heal. And you go to... No, that's wrong, sorry. If you're on 2 and your opponent's on 3, obviously you can flip the game. But also, even on the 4-life one I was talking about, it's a 10k swing. They ain't got a blocker. They're probably having to take the damage, and you can sort of pressure them from there. Never play for time intentionally, but it happens, especially with Emu, a lot of slow decks in the format. And Vegapunk is probably the best deck in time. Like, you have a 1-Don heal, and now you have a 1-Don burn. Another card that's like top 10, probably cards in the game. People moan about it, and it's only locked to this deck effectively. I request a help. It's guard points, or whatever other event you like to call it, if you're at 2 or less, plus 3k. You only really use that against like Emu and stuff to protect the board. And you probably use it a bit more now, but you used to always only use it for trigger. You'd place it in life, play 5-cost Punk. 5-cost Punk plays a scientist, and your opponent's gone, give him 2 bodies, and there's a blocker. So, before you used to play Shaka a lot, but when you play out the Shaka with this, you might have to block with it. It's kind of sad. Now you can just block with a Vegapunk, and then swing with the scientist. Last card is just the 2 off stage. Nice to pressure your opponent. Means Sorrow actually has to commit stuff to rest your stuff. No, right. Tishi isn't a big commitment. It's 2 Don to rest a character on board and play a 7k because you put for your leader. But it means they have to play it, which means you can kill it. Or, if they've only got Cavendish, you can't really restand a lot. But yeah, pretty strong card. Really helps with the aggression. Obviously, if you leave everything standing, your opponent can't swing into you, which means you just probably win. Oh, sorry, can't swing into your board, so they have to swing into you, and you probably win because they're going to give you 3 bodies off life, or they pass. Scary cards are obviously like Grab Blade, but no one's on it because of Emu, which is kind of nice for you, and obviously Emu's not a bad matchup, so you don't mind it. But yeah, that's just the list. I know a few people were asking in the comments of the VOD, so we'll just do a nice quick 8-minute thing. I could talk about matchups and tech for this deck for ages. I mean, I've got over 200 games in the sim just from March with like the sim wrapped, and probably thousands before that. Like, it's probably my most played leader at this point. That or Star Deck 9 Yam. But yeah, any questions, let me know, and I can obviously respond or make a follow-up to this. Talk about some of the guides and combos, and like when to push, when to not. But yeah, cheers guys. I did qualify for Cardfest on this. So thank you for watching. Anything else you're after, let me know. A vlog should be coming out soon. Yeah, but thank you guys. Obviously like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you in a bit. Peace.